Hey, my name is Brent here on Cloudy, the Chance of Meeples. Today we're checking out the 2 to 6 player game from Bezier Games, a game all about pizza. Today we're checking out New York Slice. Cue the thunder. So the radar overview for New York Slice. First things first, got to show you these components. The rule book. Does this not look like a menu for a takeout pizzeria? Looks absolutely fantastic. It's got all the scoring, the special combos, all the today's special. It's just great. The pizza box or the game box looks like a pizza box. It opens up like a pizza box. It's just absolutely fantastic. So thumbs up from Bezier or for Bezier Games on the production quality of this. As you can see, I have it set up for 6 rounds. You got 5 up there, and then the first round is already set up. So how do you play this game? Each round, one person will be cutting the pizza, and then everybody will be picking a section of that pizza. So this is set up for a 4-player game. We'll make the pizza, the active player, and then they'll read aloud the today's special. So this one is supersized combos. Each combo slice you collect is worth 2 slices of both types. So you see this one right here, this 5 and the 7. It's a combo slice, and it would be worth 2 5s and 2 7s. What does that mean? Well, in this game, you're going to be trying to get sets. Okay? So whoever at the end of the game has the most 11s, they'll get 11 points. Whoever has the most 4s at the end of the game will get 4 points. These numbers on the tiles also indicate how many of that tile is in the game. So there's 11 11s, 3 3s, and so on. Okay? So let's say in a 4-player game, the cutter would then choose, let's say they cut this like that, this like this, this, and that. There we go. Okay, they could have also done like this, and this can be its own section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Regardless, you cut it in, or you offer up as many players or as many sections as there are players. And then starting with the player, I guess that would be to the left of the slicer, everybody chooses a section, and then the slicer gets the last one. So you got to be careful on how you're slicing it, because you know you will get the last piece. So what does it mean if you're collecting slices? So on your turn, again, you will then pick a section. Let's say, we'll move these to the side. Let's say it was my turn and I picked these ones, okay? A 4, a 6, and an 11. I can then choose, I have to choose right then if I'm going to collect them or if I'm going to eat them. Okay, so if I collect them, I just keep them in front of me. And then at the end of the game, if I have the most 4s or most 6s or most 11s, in this situation, I get that many points. But if I see that, you know what, I'm not going to gain, or I'm not going to get the most 11s, I can eat it. That means I flip this over and make a stack of tiles that I've eaten. And you can never go back and uneat, because, well, let's just think about that for a moment as to why that wouldn't work. But anyways, you can never change your decision once you've eaten it. It counts for endgame scoring. And at the end of the game, you will get 1 point for every pepperoni that you have eaten. So anything that's in front of you at the end, you collect, gain points for set collection, and then you would then count up your pepperonis. There are some pieces in the game in which you cannot eat, and let me just say they have these on them, anchovies. So there's one piece in the game that has 3 anchovies on it, and you can never eat that piece. Okay? At the end of the game, let's say I collected both of these 11s. At the end of the game, every piece or every anchovy that I have collected then is worth -1. Of course, there are then specials like this one. You like anchovies. Collected anchovies are worth 1 point instead of -1. So there are some, there is a tile that will help you collect anchovies, but that is, in a nutshell, is how you play New York Slice. Again, you go through all the rounds, and then at the end you'll have a pizza, and then I will show you what it might look like and how final scoring is calculated. So final scoring might look something like this. They got this nice little score pad that looks like a guest check receipt. And then you just go through each of these. So then you ask, who has the most threes? Well, I have 1 3, so chances are I wouldn't have the most threes. But whoever does, then they would circle the 3. And then you go through each of these numbers, and then you add up the total points there. You ask the specials. So some of them, much like I said before, +1 for anchovies. Another special is a buffet, 1 point for each different type of pizza you collected. So let's say I had that, I would gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for this. So you'd add up all your specials, and then you would take your pepperonis eaten minus the collected. So if this was, again, my pizza, I would take all these pieces. I've eaten this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of pepperoni eaten minus the 1 anchovy collected. So that would be 5. I'd write that in there, and then I'd have a total score, and whoever has the most points would be the winner. That is how you play New York Slice. On to the final forecast. So that right there is the radar overview for New York Slice, a game all about cutting up pizzas and sharing them. And man, every time I play this game, I'm like, pizza. That would be good right now. And whenever I've played it with my game groups, they say the same things. We're always talking about pizza and how it makes us so hungry playing this game. But production, let me jump into this game a little bit. The theme, I love it, as you can tell. Love the theme. Anything that's food related. Not only do I love games, I love food. And my wife and I and our kids, we have a family movie night every Friday. We make pizza and we just enjoy each other's company. And so this game just speaks to me in that regard. Production quality, fantastic. You got those thick and chunky tiles that make up the pizzas. The backs look great. They look like a crust, and just the artwork is graphic design looks great. You got the pizza box, game box. I think that's a really cool extra touch that Bezier Games put into this one. And then there was today's special tiles, thick. The game scorecard looks great. Just overall production from Bezier Games, just absolutely fantastic. I have to say, I like the mechanics in this game. Okay, so the mechanics as in, I cut, you choose. So each round, you're either going to be cutting the pizza, or you're going to be just selecting a section of that pizza. And there's tough choices every time, whether you are the slicer or whether you're just someone collecting or picking a section. And of course, the slicer takes what's left over at the end. But when you're the slicer, man, you gotta just really think about how you're gonna cut that thing so fair, but at the same time, not too fair, because you want to come out ahead, but you're going to get last choice. So there's that nice tension every time when you're the slicer of what exactly or how exactly you should cut that pizza up. And then when you are when it's your turn to pick a section of the pizza, you got to decide right then and there which pieces you're going to save or collect and which pieces you're going to just eat for the pepperoni, for the points for the pepperoni. So tough decisions just all around in this game, but not too tough. It says 30 minutes on the box, and I've played this with my 7-year-old, and he understands it. And so I think this is just a game with tough decisions, but it's a great family game. It's a great filler game in between, maybe you're playing some heavier games on a game night, and you just want something light, refreshing in the middle, much like pizza. New York Slice, it does just that. It doesn't overstay its welcome. 30 minutes max. Like, the rounds are very, very quick. But overall, a great game. I will say it does play 2 to 6. I really like it with those higher player counts because it just makes things maybe a little bit more, not chaotic, but it makes you really think about how to slice or how to cut that pizza when you're the slicer. And then when you're choosing, you got more stuff to look at. So I really do enjoy that. I don't enjoy as much in the 2-player count because you're just cutting it into 2 sections. So it kind of makes it a little easier. Maybe, I don't know, take that for what it is. But overall, New York Slice, really do enjoy this game. My wife and I, we've played this many, many times. We've given it away as a wedding gift because I think it's just an accessible game that even those that aren't into the hobby gaming, just hobby, can really pick this up and enjoy it. So overall, I'm giving this one a solid 70% chance of meeples because I think it's a solid game. 70% chance of meeples for New York Slice. My name is Brent. Check us out on Facebook, Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Remember, grab your umbrella. The forecast is cloudy with a chance of meeples.